day before yesterday, we ended up driving 150 dirt road miles because of having to go back and rescue Mike with his missing bolts on his brake calipers. And then yesterday, I think we were really tired from that because that's usually twice as many dirt road miles as we'll ever do in Fido. And so the 35 or 40 dirt road miles that we did yesterday were really brutal because it was over like floor low, super rough terrain. And so this morning we left at dawn to retrace our steps down 12 miles of floor low terrain because we have a 36-mile dirt road day today. And so far, we've returned to the main road. We're just about to the Flint Trail, and so far we actually are doing really well. So it's nice and cool still, and we're headed to the Maze Overlook today. And we should get there in plenty of time to go and do a little bit of exploring on foot. Would you like to talk to me about the Flint Trail?
I was initially thinking that I would walk down with a camera in hand and video you coming down. I recommend the GoPro.
Sounds good.
Right, we just started down the Flint Trail. And
first gear, low range. It's very steep.
And right across is the overlook.
Aim the camera to the right for a second.
And that is the road we're aiming for down below. That's where we'll be in a few minutes. Down there is going to be our first switchback.
I think this might be stirring up our belongings in the camper a little bit. I suspect all the doors are going to be open.
I'd be surprised if the steps went walkabout as well. This is where Fido's really great turning radius is going to come in handy.
And low gearing.
And low gear.
Down to first.
That is some steps. At least I get to enjoy the view while you're driving. Would this be a good time to tell you that I have a lump in my throat?
I'm not surprised. Nice and slow. How's that?
Good.
Sure you don't want to walk?
I'm not getting out of the truck.
Alright.
It was a before decision, not a during decision.
Okay, you see some. Just one wondering if you felt differently now.
No, it's all good. This is a decent vantage point to video from. Do you need me to pull in the wing mirrors?
No.
Okay. This looks steep.
Yeah. This is the 3-point turnaround switchback coming up. First gear, low range with the exhaust brake on. It's pretty awesome in Fido.
It's a bit of a step down there.
Big step. May even actually use the brakes in addition to all that I was just talking about. Wow.
Nicely done.
There we go.
And the rear wheel. So nice of them to have made it possible to do a 3-point turn here. That's close enough, thank you.
All right, here we go.
Well done, Fido. And well done, driver.
I've been called pickled, but not well done.
Well, when we get to camp, I'll pickle you with some wine and beer as well.
Sounds good. Could have used some before we started.
I don't think so.
Liquid courage.
If you need liquid courage, you shouldn't be anywhere near this place.
All right. Those days are long gone.
And I am looking straight ahead, not looking to my right at all. But you guys can look if you want. The switchbacks come upon you pretty quickly.
Yeah. This is like the bird trail on steroids. I guess this is a 3-point turnaround too.
Much wider space to do so, though.
Really?
No? Okay, hugging the back of my chair right now
With your butt cheeks.
with my butt cheeks and my back.
I think we'll make it a 4-point turn. What do you think?
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment. All right. onto the ocean bar and the phone with equal strength, such that both hands are getting cramped now.
We're pretty much down at this point. Or at least
Liar.
2/3. 3/4 would you give me?
Not even close. Maybe half. I'll give you a half. Eyes on the road, please.
I'm just looking up to see if we can see Uncle Mike and Doug.
You can see them from the bottom. Thank you.
Maybe I can see them in my rear view. No.
We're quite a ways down now. It is quite incredible to come down here and to be able to do this.
With your house?
With the house. With my kitchen sink.
Got a little bit of a clunking noise developing under here, so I just want to get under there and double check the work that I've done recently to make sure no nuts or bolts are coming loose. Onwards.
Have visors drying at the trailhead, and what you would not normally see at a trailhead in Canyonlands, vegetables drying off at the trailhead. We had a bit of an accident, I guess you would call it. At lunch when we stopped, it's our custom to fill all of our water bottles so that we always have plenty of water on hand at in the cab when we're driving. And what happened was one of us forgot to turn the tap off. And what that did is, as we were traveling down the road, it started to drip in the sink. And then from the sink, it drained into our gray water tank, which is this guy here. And this is right above the shower, so the shower area is here, and we generally use it as a storage area. So all of our veg and several of our things was sitting in there, and the water bubbled up and it got wet. So we've just drained the tank and thoroughly washed out and sanitized all the vegetables, and now we've got stuff lying outside to dry off. Well, I guess stuff like this sometimes happens, but no big deal, no drama. Everything is almost dry, and we'll be back to normal in no time.
speed up this.
Mm.
This might be challenging for Mike coming out.
Does he have the lowest clearance of all of us?
Yeah. It's kind of pretty.
It's pretty.
This is fun. I enjoy this. It's actually less jiggly than the faster roads too. Sort of.
It is. It's more engaging.
Yeah.
So even if it is jolty, you don't think of it that way because your mind is so engaged in what's going on. At least that's my theory. Definitely keeps me from being scared.
Did you find Teapot Rock yet?
I do. There it
Is
is.
this it?
Yeah, that's it. We'll call
Oh,
it that. That's an
see?
ion. That's a steam ion.
Is it?
Yes.
I wonder if that is Teapot Rock. Maybe the spout fell off. It's probably...
Just look at it. It's shaped like a Remington steam ion.
Hey, what's John doing up there?
Waiting for us.
I don't think so. He's being cautious
Yes.
because he wants
I'm
to
very
actually
glad.
drive his vehicle out.
What really is the alternative? I mean, what happens if your vehicle breaks down in here?
Well, you either go get parts or you can get towed out for $2,000.
Youch.
Yeah.
That's quite a step down right in front of you, Alan.
It'll be okay. Hi!
Let's see what our exit angle does.
Because I... Oh, look at that. Missed the mirror.
Perfect.
There are a couple of things that I love about the forward control configuration, not the least of which is that you can get 12 feet long living space out of an 18-foot long vehicle. But the other thing is that the view out of the front for extreme off-roading is unparalleled. Not only can I get a great idea going up hills of what I'm looking at and where to put my tires, but when you come over a crest, you're the first thing over, and there's really no need for a spotter because you can see exactly what's coming up. Whereas if you have a big truck with a conventional hood, all you see up there is hood, and you have to stop over every crest, get out, make sure that you aren't about to drive into the Grand Canyon.
There goes Pops. Taking it nice and slow. Just like Fido.
Yep. Earth monitor. Better be careful here.
Yes.
We've already got the scrapes to prove that Fido is fat.
Well, not that Fido is fat,
That
but
the
our
road was-
spotting skills need improvement. What's going on here?
Tornado came through. It's not pretty, but I think I can fix it. Ooh.
You didn't make your bed this morning.
I did, actually.
That opened out?
Yeah. Somebody's been driving violently today, and I don't know who. It must have been when you were driving.
Are you sure about that?
Somebody went over big bumps.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, I guess sometimes stuff like this happens.
Maybe it's trying to say that it's bedtime.
Well, a nap would be in order. These are crystalline inclusions in the sandstone. These were probably geodes at some point, the top of which has been eroded away. And look, you can actually see those inclusions just lying around everywhere. And they're all over this place. Here, they're all over there by your feet. This is so awesome. This one just barely broke free. You can see where the sandstone was attached to the sandstone rock base here. Look at the size of those crystals.
Cool.
And in here, look at that. You know what these are?
What?
Piranha teeth.
What? Say pumpernickel.
Oh, pumpernickel.
Very good. What's going on here?
I got birthday treats!
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I got birthday gifts, and I got my birthday beer.
Your birthday schnockered?
I've only started, so maybe give me 10 minutes.
Yeah. Check this out. I think it's naturally occurring asphalt. It's all over the place here.
It's very tar-like.
You can see where it's melted. Yeah, of its own volition, just from the sun, and it's been oozing along. This portion is actually still gooey and shiny. But we're out here in the middle of nowhere. It's certainly, I mean, we hiked a fair distance from the road. It's certainly nothing man-made. It's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
This section here.
Geology, it's cool.
And look over here. This may be its rock structure.
Oh yeah, it's kind of a conglomerate.
See, from here, possibly the warmed out tar-like substance separates.
This trip has been so awesome.
You can see that process actually happening here.
The goo melting out. Oh, look, it's surrounding a cactus. Poor little guy. He's gonna get flooded. And we're in the middle of a wash, so water regularly runs down here. I guess that's what exposed it. We're here at the most difficult obstacle at Teapot Rock. It's a dual dip. It is difficult because it tends to catch longer wheelbase vehicles with the front bumper on the front end and the back bumper on the back end and the wheels off the ground, sort of. Fido has some advantages and disadvantages here. The disadvantage is that the width makes it so that I can't choose a line. I just have to basically go where it will fit. But I've got so much clearance that I should just be able to idle right through it without even touching anything, hopefully. I guess we'll see. And that's how it's done. First gear, low range. I didn't touch the gas. Just idled right through. I love Fido. Happy birthday, sweetie.
Thank you.
So, this is
a lovely trip
yeah, it's the last day
in the
of
maze.
7 days in the maze.
And we conclude on my birthday, which is pretty cool.
It's been so awesome. Our permit is up. Everybody else that we're with is leaving, heading home. And man, we could just stay out here for another week. It's so beautiful and so much fun. And
It's so serene out here. Yesterday when you went hiking, I just decided to just sit at camp and read. And even the wind died down and it was pretty quiet and just so calming.
yeah,
To just sit, read a book, look up, and you see vistas that just boggle the imagination.
the weird thing about this place is we did 2 hikes, and those 2 hikes took us to within a quarter mile of our previous camp spot to this one, which was 28 miles to get there.
Yeah, by road.
Because the road is so rugged and the terrain is so difficult to navigate by vehicle. And each of those hikes, one was at the top of the canyon, one was at the bottom of the canyon. And then you could not have reached
One
the
from the
camping
other.
spot or either hike from each other. So there were 3 different ways to get to within a quarter mile of each other, and none of them were through routes, which is really interesting.
Well, that's what
All
you
right.
get for being in the maze.
Yeah, our GPS track looks like a labyrinth. A maze?
A maze?
It's amazing.
I was trying so hard not to say that this entire trip.
Oh, yeah, well, it's almost over. We almost made it.
But it's true. When you look at that GPX track, it looks like an ant going out to forage
Mm-hmm.
and then finding a random way back
Yep.
to the colony.
Well, this is one of the remotest places in the U.S. by road. They say it's the most remote, but I know if I say that, someone will come up with, well, there's the side road in North Dakota to Timbuktu with it. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm not going to say that. It's one of the most remote roads. And it's been great to just get away from people. There's no cell signal either, which has been great. And just turn off the rest of the world and live in the moment.
Just be.
Pretty great.
Yeah, just be.
This anthill is pretty huge, and you can see all the vegetation around it is gone. Kind of reminds me of a human city. Pretend you like each other. Did you guys have fun? Wait,
Yes.
that's not COVID separating.
Distancing.
All right.
Okay.
We isolate
Happy
together.
birthday, Sakshi.
Happy birthday.
Yay! Well, Team Fido's flying solo again. All of our companions have left us and we're out on our own, which is too bad. We enjoy company, but we'll still manage to have some fun. Hey, sweetie, what would you like to do for your birthday?
I'm doing it.
Oh, really? What's that?
Driving Fido in the desert, camping with family, and just having a good old time with no technology.
Well, except for the camera I'm holding, of course.
I should say connectivity.
Yes. Boy. We're gonna go up to that viewed up there in just about 3 minutes here. The road gets ridiculously steep and we zoom up there. I think the Flint Trail is just around the corner. Uh-oh, that's a scary sign. It's a good thing Fido isn't most vehicles. Right, sweetie?
Fido is unique.
Second gear, low range, just grinding up this hill. It's pretty awesome. This is what Fido was made for. He's more tractor than car, really.
Italy.